Hey everyone, my name is Joanna Bowser. I'm the Director of Marketing here at ClearVoice, and I'm back with another ClearVoice Employee Spotlight. Today we're talking to Madison from our post-sale team. Hey Madison.
Hi, Joanna.
I'm glad to chat with you today and get into some of the questions that we have here. I'm going to start off with a pretty easy one. I hope that this one's not too hard. What does your job at ClearVoice entail?
Sure. My official role is Content Project Manager. It's a new role here at ClearVoice, and essentially I wear a couple of hats. I'm working directly with the client on calls, via emails, talking to them on a weekly basis. I'm sourcing freelancers for their projects that they want us to work on. And then I'm also kind of building out their brand, organizing everything that they send our way into something that we call a brand profile. I'm helping brief out pieces of content, reviewing them, just mostly making sure that we're producing that top quality content that they're looking for on a consistent basis.
Awesome. And I mean, this next question is kind of related, but how do you think about when you serve the customers, or how do you serve the customers, and sort of how do you characterize that for yourself as a content project manager?
Yeah. One of my strengths that I'm bringing into this role, I believe, is being detail oriented. In my past life, professional life, I was solely an editor. So I care a lot about organization, quality, things like that. So yeah, I'm really looking to be as detail oriented, as precise as I can be, and almost over communicate on a weekly basis to make sure that we're kind of staying in alignment with the client and their needs.
Sure, it's a real partnership, right, between your
Mhm.
role and the customer because you're kind of an extension of their team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that that's one of the real exciting things about what ClearVoice does is it's not just like we're looking at content or we're just churning out pieces, but there's a real integration that happens. And obviously, content project managers are like the linchpin
Yeah,
for that. So I totally get that.
definitely.
Awesome. So to back out a little bit, what gets you excited about the world of content marketing or the world of content?
Yeah. I'm someone traditionally who does not do well with change, but being in content marketing for so long has taught me the importance of it. I think it forces you to stay agile, just with everything that's coming around the curve, like AI, for instance, the past couple of years, that's forced us to kind of rethink how we work and how the world works in a way. I don't know. I just love working with words. I find it challenging, and um, I think having to stay agile and having to kind of stay on my feet with all the changes that come with content marketing, it's made me a better editor. It's made me better in my role and more prepared coming into this new role.
Sure. Cool. Tell us a little bit about what are common mistakes you see either content teams make or maybe our customers make. Don't call anybody out specifically, obviously, but just common mistakes that you see happen that you sort of you wish you didn't see as much.
Yeah, I think I have a unique perspective coming in as a former managing editor. One of the things I see quite often, and I would love for clients to focus on more, is just their brand itself. Who are they speaking to? How do they want to sound on the page? Building out brand personas, even just following a certain style guide is so helpful. Having that consistency, time and again, I feel like clients come to us and they just need content, which is totally fine. But having at least a little bit of a foundation is so helpful just for our freelancers to make sure that we are producing content that they will ultimately be happy with.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's all good, whatever, until they see content and they're like, wait a second.
This is
It's
not
actually
what I
not
wanted. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
And by
exactly.
the way, same here. I've been guilty of that on the flip side as the client as well. So
For
I'm
sure.
not
It's
no
hard.
shade to anybody if you're watching.
Yeah.
Awesome. So tell me, are there any industries that you've worked in before that influence the work you do now? And we know you did content, but I'm sure there's even nuances to that probably are relevant here.
I think I have a somewhat unique backstory, maybe compared to other people, in that I didn't really stick to one industry. I was a research editor at Forrester for a number of years. I was an editor for a financial news organization, which was a lot more fast paced. And then I don't know, I've written for, or not written, edited for a health insurance company.
Mm.
But even previously, I was an editor when I was in college for a small literary magazine. I was like a front of house person at a theater. So kind of getting that face-to-face client interaction almost. I was also a bookseller for a number of years when I was in grad school up in Boston. And we'd go all around New England and look at people's libraries, which was really cool. But taught me a lot about how to interact with pretty much anybody that walked in off the street.
Sure, yeah, I bet. So the theater and the book selling and the different libraries. No, that's really cool. It's super. I love these conversations because I learned so much about everybody. So like Mike B loves to bake. You know, there's just like all these fun things. So I
need
love
to connect with Mike because I also love to bake.
Do you?
Yeah.
We should have a bake off next time we're all in the same city.
You should.
Here, I'm going to make sure that happens. All right. We'll record it too. There'll be more content for us.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. So I do want to ask, are there any special skills that you're really proud of? Work or non-work related? Both are fine.
Yeah. Work, obviously, being an editor, I feel like I'm really strong there. Non-work, but kind of related, I got my MFA at Emerson College in fiction writing. So on the side, I do a little bit of writing. I write mostly short stories, but I'm working on a novel right now. But I also have played violin since I was a kid. Only kind of turn to it every now and then, just from a therapeutic perspective. But I used to play for people's weddings. My sister and I had a little business that we used to have in high school. So yeah, those are just a few things.
That's cool. That's awesome. Is it hard to pick back up, like sporadically? Like I don't know, because like guitar, I just know guitar.
Yeah.
Which is like your fingers are like, oh, I haven't played in a couple of years. Is it the same with violin?
I usually play, I don't know how many times a year. It surprisingly is not as hard, mainly because I've been playing since I was 3 and I took lessons into college. So it's more like, oh, I'm a little rusty, or my fingers aren't moving as fast as they used to be, which is maybe a little bit of age. But
yeah, no, I mean, I definitely it's a muscle memory thing for sure as well, with some of those runs and stuff. So cool, yeah. That's awesome. So last question for our spotlight: what's next on your career to-do list?
Well, I'm still very new to this role, but I plan on really digging in and learning the 2 other roles that I'm now absorbing to the best of my ability. I'm someone who is big on self-improvement. So I am just going to keep working at it. I just want to try to be the best that I can at it and hopefully help the clients to the best of my ability at it as well. Yeah, beyond that, we did like a marketing certification course through HubSpot, which was really fun. So I'm kind of interested in doing more of those as well. And yeah, just kind of seeing where the next 6 months, year takes me in this role and feel out what I like about it, maybe what I don't like about it.
Yeah, that's fair too, right? Like we have to have really honest conversations about the workflow and things like that. I mean, especially it's funny because content marketing to me is so much about authenticity. So if we can't have an authentic conversation even about the process and the workflow and like all of these things, like it all makes content not as strong.
Yeah.
So I totally get that. Yeah, there's going to be definitely pluses and minuses. That's awesome. Well, Madison, thank you so much for hopping on with me today. I really appreciate it. And for those of you watching today, if you need content for your business and maybe even Madison to be your content project manager, come visit us at clearvoice.com.